From the majestic kingdoms of the past to the resilient spirit of the present, Nigeria's history is a tale of strength, perseverance, and triumph which has witnessed the rise and fall of great eras, each leaving a mark on the rich textiles of its heritage. But the echoes of these powerful kingdoms and great eras of the past are fast eroding from the hearts of the people. So, how do we recreate a sense of connection to our past? Who will rise to promote empathy and a sense of shared purpose among our past and future generations? Meet 30 outstanding young Nigerians from the North, West, East and South regions of the country in the Young Historian Competition, determined to connect the courage of past generations to the glorious heritage of the present and future generations. Their mission is to inspire a positive attitude to the knowledge of history and provide a link between the past and future generations. Who will emerge as Nigeria's first champion of history? The Young Historian Competition, an initiative of the Restored Heart Foundation, is aimed at promoting knowledge of history among undergraduates of Nigeria's tertiary institutions. In the previous episode, Beryl Etop Ikuri from the South-South, Abdul Malik Abubakar from the Northwest, and Luke Idowu Daramola from the North-Central all took to the stage to make their well-researched presentations and stake the claim for one of the 4 available semi-final spots. In this episode, we have 3 outstanding contestants: Rose John Toyo from the Northwest, Joy Adeboye from the Southwest, and Alex Olajide from the South-South, all vying for a chance to advance to the semi-finals. They have been given a challenging topic on history to research and present a persuasive argument to both the judges and the audience. It's a battle of wits and knowledge as they aim to secure a spot among the final 4. The question on everyone's mind is, who will give it their best shot?
Young Historian Competition, the keeper of African history.
The competition offers a whooping sum of 500,000 naira in academic scholarship, plus other juicy benefits to the winner. But that's not all. The winner also gets to take the prestigious title of the keeper of African history. Of course, with so much at stake, the contestants know that they have to put in their very best to stand any chance of laying claim to the title. The quarterfinals is a public speaking stage, and the judges have set criteria for recording points, and the contestants are sure to give it their all.
First, we look at the depth of research. The depth of research carries 40 marks or 40%. Now, under the depth of research, we're looking at the research paper, that's 10 marks. We're looking at the introduction, 5 marks. We're looking at the abstract, 5 marks. Definition, 5 marks. Theories, 5 mark. References, 5 marks. And conclusion, 5 marks. And then we have presentation, 10 marks. We have confidence level, 5 marks. Then we have time management skills, 5 marks. Then we have defense, 20 marks. We have 100 marks in total. The judges has 80 marks and the audience have 20 marks.
Young Historian Competition, the keeper of African history.
Alex Olajide, representing the South-South, is kicking off proceedings today. He will be analyzing human rights and social justice in Nigeria and the current challenges of upholding such values.
I am Alex Olajide, a student on the University of Calabar. I'll be speaking on the topic Human Rights and Social Justice, analyzing the historical struggles for human rights and social justice in Nigeria and the current challenges faced in upholding these values. All over the world, the struggle for human rights proceeds from series of antecedents and events such as the 1215 Magna Carta of England, the 1791 American Bills of Rights, the 1946 Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It interests us to know that human rights and social justice are important aspects in present-day Nigeria or any democratic state. Under this particular topic, we'll be looking at pre-colonial era, colonial, post-independence era, that is under the military regime, and the current democratic era. Some Western writers have this notion that there was nothing like human rights or written laws in pre-colonial Nigeria as it is today. But this particular notion is not true. It is false. Because according to Professor Osita Eze, a scholar in African legal history, he made mention that the information that there was nothing like human rights or legal system in pre-colonial African society is due to inadequate information from such Western writers. We have, for instance, in pre-colonial Nigeria, pre-colonial African societies, we have human rights activities like you can own your property, you can belong to the extended family, you can belong to your kindred, you can belong to age group. So that is aspect of human rights. There was violation of human rights even in pre-colonial African society, and there was also struggle for upholding human rights and social justice during that time. For instance, you can see the Osuka system of Igbo land. Some people were segregated due to certain superstitious belief. Also, present day Cross River State and Akwa Ibom State, there was the killing of twins because they believed that these twins were evil. They will bring evil to the parents. Some of them were cast into the evil forest, and sometimes their mother were killed, and so many things happen. It will interest us to know that human rights as it is today streams from a lot of struggle and experiences. Under the colonial era, people were denied their right, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of the press, because the colonial master never wanted the Africans to air their opinion because they were getting resources from the interiors of Africa. So colonial rule is actually disregard for human rights. But one question we may want to ask ourselves is colonial rule during the colonial era, is it totally bad? Does it not have positive effect on African society? It will interest us to know that the answer to that question is yes. Talking about the post-independence era, of course, Nigeria gained political independence 1st October 1960. But between 1966 down to 1999, there have been about 8 military coups. During the military era, there were a lot of violation of human rights. Of course, you can remember the regime of General Sani Abacha. General Sani Abacha executed King Seruwa and 8 others who were environmental activists advocating for their rights, advocating for social justice. The struggle for human rights and social justice in Nigeria did not actually start today. Then, under this current democratic era, we can see the killing of Deborah Samuel in 2022, as she was murdered by a co-student, a 200 level student. So what are the struggles for what are the current struggles? The current struggle for human rights led to end SARS protests, which resulted to the SARS Special Anti-Robbery Squad of the Nigeria Police being disbanded in 2020. So what is our role in upholding the struggles for human rights? As individuals, we must expose activities of human rights violation. The Nigerian government must ensure that impunity is not the order of the day. There must be judicial independence.
You need to enlighten all of us, I guess, on the current challenges. Your topic is human rights and social justice, analyzing historical struggles for human rights and social justice in Nigeria, and the current challenges faced in upholding these values. After taking us through a historical journey, here we are today. Where do we go? I think that's where the topic needs to be expounded.
Young Historian Competition, the keeper of African history.
Get ready to be amazed by the highly impressive Rose John Toyo, representing the Northwest region. She will be sharing her thoughts on the crucial topic of preserving Nigeria's rich cultural heritage. Let's find out how she explores the vital role of cultural heritage in shaping the nation's identity.
I'd love you all to close your eyes for a moment and envision a place where ancient kingdoms rise majestically, where the air is filled with the aroma of rich spices and flavors, and where the colors of traditional attires paint a picture of heritage and pride. Now open your eyes to Nigeria, a land where tapestries unravel, revealing the secrets of a nation's soul. My name is John Toyo Rose, and today we'll be embarking on a journey to explore the captivating world of Nigeria's cultural heritage and its profound significance in shaping our national identity. Our cultural heritage is the living legacy of our ancestors, a tapestry woven with the threads of their beliefs, arts, customs, and traditions. These elements are not merely relics of the past, but they are living expressions of our collective identity, connecting us to our roots and giving us a sense of continuity in an ever-changing world. Nigeria's cultural heritage is a mosaic of intricate craftsmanship, rhythmic beats, and vibrant colors. It is seen in the flamboyant attires worn during traditional festivals, the captivating stories told through dance and theater, the resonating beats of our traditional music, the diverse languages spoken, Berom, Efik, Ibibio, Hausa, Igbo, among many other languages spoken, and even the numerous festivals which we celebrate, such as the Osun Oshogbo Festival, the Oyo Festival of Lagos State, the Argungu Fishing Festival, the Durbar Festival of the Northern States, amongst many other festivals celebrated in Nigeria. Our cultural heritage tells a story of resilience, creativity, and the collective spirit which has shaped our nation. It is essential that our cultural heritage is preserved because it ensures that the future generation have a connection to their roots, allowing them to understand the struggles and achievements of our ancestors. More so, the preservation of our cultural heritage has economic significance. So cultural tourism, driven by the appreciation of our diverse heritage, has the potential to generate revenue, to create employment, as well as drive sustainable development. Over time, Nigeria has faced challenges which has posed threats to the preservation of its cultural heritage, such as the looting of the Benin bronzes during the said punitive expedition of 1897, also the thefts of the Ife bronze heads, the Nok terracotta, among other treasures looted during the colonial period. Individual Nigerians and Nigeria as a nation has made efforts in the preservation of its cultural heritage. Individuals like Nike Okundaye Davis, Chimamanda Adichie, Ben Nwonu, and many other individuals who has been promoting Nigerian culture through textile designs, their dressing, their literary works, art forms, and among other things. Nigeria as a nation has also contributed to the preservation, has also made efforts in the preservation of its cultural heritage, such as the establishment of NCMM in 1959 to oversee the preservation and promotion of Nigeria heritage, the creation of the establishment of museums all over Nigeria, the traditional festivals which we still celebrate today, and currently Nigeria is making efforts in retrieving back its stolen bronzes. All these are efforts, successful efforts made by Nigerians in Nigeria in preserving its cultural heritage. Nevertheless, in our contemporary society, the preservation of Nigeria's cultural heritage is not without its own challenges, such as rapid urbanization and unchecked development, limited funding and inadequate infrastructure, and the lack of awareness, especially among the younger generation, leading to the extinction of our cultural heritage. This is seen in their preference for Western style of dressing, music, dance, and their gradual loss of fluency in their indigenous languages. In conclusion, the preservation of our cultural heritage is not merely an act of nostalgia. It is a powerful tool for shaping our national identity. So let us carry within us the echoes of our ancestors, the rhythm of our traditions, and the pride in our cultural diversity. Let's be ambassadors, let's be guardians of our cultural heritage, ensuring that it flourishes for generations to come and continue to weave a vibrant Nigeria where our shared identity shines through.
Rose,
Yes, ma'am.
in addition, let me just mention that language is a critical, cultural heritage that we need to keep recommending. Most of us here don't even know where we're from. We can't even speak our languages and all that. And I'm thinking that subsequently, when you're talking cultural heritage, you should be able to, how do I call it, give examples, or you let us know step on step what you are saying, because your paper is far-fetched from your presentation. But overall, thank you so much. If somebody listens to you, they will want to be a Nigerian. Thank you so much.
You see, it is a thing of joy to get someone of your generation to think and act Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Young Historian Competition, the keeper of African history.
Joy Oluwatoyin Adeboye from the Southwest will make the final presentation for this stage, after which the judges will reveal the results on the scorecards. Joy's presentation will focus on the historical context of corruption in Nigeria. As the last presenter, Joy might have an advantage having observed the potential lapses of other contestants. However, it remains to be seen if she will take full advantage of this opportunity to deliver a convincing presentation.
I will be setting the tone for the conversation on a very key and important topic that I'll be ravaging the economic development of our dear country, Nigeria: corruption and governance, examining the historical context of corruption in Nigerian governance, efforts to combat corruption in our very present day. I would like to ask everyone who is seated here today, who is responsible for corruption? I'll be stating clearly that corruption is foundational in Nigerian economic and political development. It is no longer about the post-independence Nigeria, the military, the civilian, the pre-colonial or the colonial administration in Nigeria. Corruption is absolutely foundational in Nigeria. In light of that, I'll be examining the historical context of corruption in Nigerian governance, causes of corruption in Nigerian governance, way forward to addressing corruption in Nigerian governance, and what we can do as citizens of Nigeria. Corruption can be defined as a criminal and dishonest act that is perpetrated by an individual who is in a position of authority in order to extract illicit benefit for somebody. And what is governance? Governance has been defined as a structure and processes that ensures accountability, transparency, inclusiveness, and broad-based participation. A country that has high rates of corruption in our system will fail to deliver the mandate to the people. According to the United Nations survey in 2017, gave the causes of corruption in Nigeria. And what are the causes? Greediness and ostentatious desire for material need. Another cause is weak democracy. Another cause of these actions is lack of humanity in you. So, corruption is no longer about you stealing public money. But when you fail to deliver your mandate, you are a corrupt person. Corruption is foundational. What are the corruption that lies in the pre-colonial era of Nigeria? We all know about the slave trade. Exploitative taxation were the two prominent forms of corruption. And during the colonial regime, we all know about the indirect route system and the extractions of Nigerian resources, exploitative taxation and derivations of revenue. Now, let's come down home as a way of domestication. Where did Nigeria get this wrong? We got this wrong through our public service. Our public service has been monopolized by our politicians and our leader. According to Parhar Kelgard, he said that those whom we elect into the political offices are very critical in determining the level of corruption in governance. In light of that, what are the effects of corruption? Corruption undermines the development of any country. according to PLO Lumumba, the anti-corruption professor in Kenya. It undermines the development of any country. It puts the country's security at stake. It undermines democracy. The voice of people will not be heard. Poverty will increase in the land. And I would like to say this loud and clear today. Poverty is not the problem of Nigeria, but corruption is the problem of Nigeria. There are many efforts that have been made by past leaders in Nigeria to address corruption. In 1983, ex-president Muhammadu Buhari initiated war against the discipline. Why? In order to punish all politicians who has siphoned off this country's money into their own personal pockets. EFCC and ICPC. EFCC was established in 2002. ICPC was established in 2000 so as to combat and prosecute anyone who is found guilty in any act of corruption. Our leaders have really tried to combat corruption in this country. Yes, corruption exists in every part of Nigeria. But do you know that there are countries in Africa that are experiencing first-hand change of low level of corrupt practices? Mauritius, Rwanda, Botswana, this country, go to their country, they are practicing high level of democracy. When corruption exists in the land, there will be low participation of democracy. What can we do? What can we do? We must strengthen our institutions. What are these institutions? These are the institutions that are legislating against corruption in the country, which are the police, the armed forces. Another point is that anybody falling in the hand out of corruption must be properly punished. We must suffocate any corrupt individuals. They must pay for their sins. Tribalism must be properly addressed in Nigeria. In conclusion, I believe in a country whereby my right to be properly respected. I see the new Nigeria, whereby to be declared free. Hi, Joy Adeboye Oluwatoyin. I stand against corruption, and I'm sure that you too will also stand against it. Thank you.
Your presentation was wonderful. We could see the energy, we could see the passion. But I am thinking that there are no theories. You don't have a theory. Your referencing are all italicized. Probably it's corruption if you don't italicize them. Don't mind me. Relax. I'm looking at this. I have two theories here. Principal agent theory of corruption by Ronald Coase, where a principal corrupts and the agent is corrupted. Then the principal lacks the moral rectitude to enforce any anti-corruption law. Is that the case in Nigeria?
Yes, that is the case in Nigeria.
And there's also collective action theory.
Yes.
Now, have you seen a co-authored work on corruption and nation building since 2015? Published by Humanist Discourse, Ado Ekiti, Redeemer University. You've not? Go and look for it. One P.O. Ode, Ella, and Utulu. They all thought that. Go and look at it. It will enrich your work. Huh? In any case, well done.
Young Historian Competition, the keeper of African history.
The next edition of the Young Historian Competition is around the corner. Join us in this epic adventure where the brightest young minds in Nigeria compete for glory as they uncover stories of the past and explore ancient civilizations. For partnership opportunities, visit the rhfoundation.org/YHC or call the Restored Heart Foundation on 0708 616 0542.
Young Historian Competition, the keeper of African history.
At the end of the presentation, then combining the judges' scores and that of the audience, we have Abdul Malik Isa Abubakar. Congratulations. Abdul Malik Isa Abubakar scored 55.2. We have Luke Idowu Daramola. Congratulations, you made it to the next stage of the competition. Luke Idowu Daramola scored 52.8. And we have Rose John. Congratulations, you made it to the next stage of the competition. Rose Toye John scored 67.35. And we have the final person, Joy Oluwatoyin Adeboye. Joy Oluwatoyin scored 67.7, right? Beryl Ekwere scored 52. Unfortunately, she didn't make it to the next stage. And Alex Olajide scored 50.75, and unfortunately, he didn't make it to the next stage.
At the end of the proceedings, 4 participants successfully made it to the semi-finals. Abdul Malik Abubakar and Rose John Toyo from the Northwest region, Luke Idowu Daramola from the North Central, and Joy Adeboye from the Southwest region emerged as the top 4 contenders. The participants showcased their historical knowledge and critical thinking skills as they were tested through presentation and rigorous questioning. In the next episode of the competition, we'll move on to the semi-final stage where the top 4 participants will challenge themselves in face-to-face debates. Abdul Malik Abubakar will be up against Joy Adeboye, while Rose John Toyo will battle it out against Luke Idowu Daramola. It promises to be an exciting and engaging event where the participants will be judged not only on their knowledge but also on their ability to articulate their arguments effectively. Who will emerge victorious and move one step closer to the final? Don't miss out on the spectacle. The competition is brought to you by the Restored Heart Foundation in partnership with Fulton Marine Services Limited, Hills Carries Gas Limited, DigiPiper and Carrier Paddy.
All the stories written down by all our elders, we will tell all the tales to our younger generation. We're like a strong